Willard Hunter, and I'm the treasurer of the Albuquerque chapter. And we know Sally-Alice and Dan Thompson's generosity to Veterans for Peace. But one of the things you may not realize is that Albuquerque is very fortunate that we have a tremendous Center for Peace and Justice right near the university. And we have that center because of the generosity of Sally-Alice and Don Thompson.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Sally-Alice is my sweet friend. I'm Dinah Vargas. And I can't really remember how I met Sally. I just know that I know her. And that's good enough for me. And so one day after an event, I think we got a phone call from Ravi about somebody sleeping on Sally-Alice's porch. And Sally didn't want to call the police or anything, because we all know why. And so Sally throws a blanket out and she's like, just let him sleep. And then as the guy who fell asleep on Sally's porch was being covered, they realized like he had he had a gun. We didn't know if it was a fake gun or a real gun. So Ravi called a couple of people and we went over. And Sally's like, just let me do it, I'll disarm. So we all huddle up and we come up with this little plan, and someone's gonna, keep watch of his feet. Someone else is gonna keep watch of his hands. Someone was gonna, pull this gun out of his pants. Wow. And so it ended up being not a real gun, but it could have been. But Sally's always a champion. She's always just like, just give him a blanket. Give him a blanket.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe we could have, maybe one, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ahead and then
You got a few more.
I'll be very brief.
We'll take three more, and then the food is out here, and I know everybody's hungry, so we'll do that.
So I'm Sue Skirman. I'm the outreach coordinator at the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice, and Willard took one of my things. She did. You were our landlord for a while, and then you forgave the mortgage, about half the mortgage. So we're very grateful for that. That really helps us out. I met you with the Coalition to Stop 30 Billion to Israel. And you're so active at the Peace Center. I mean, the list is unbelievable. You're with the Unitarian Fellowship. You're with the Raging Grannies. You're with the Newsletter Mailing Committee. What am I leaving out? I mean, Veterans
Pleasure's peace.
Obviously, right? I mean, you're so active and you're such an inspiration. You walked to Santa Fe. There was no plan. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, she left. So we better come up with a plan, a support plan, because she walked to Santa Fe to get money out of politics, and you walked across the United States, the Soviet Union. She's such an inspiration. And whenever I think there's something I can't do, I think, yeah, but Sally-Alice can do it. I'm half your age. So you're such an inspiration. And the one little story I'll tell is there was all this infighting on some email listserv, and you hardly got into it, but then you just said this really brief thing. I can't remember what you worded, but you're like, they want us to be divided. Let's get over this. Let's get past it. That's small stuff. Let's think of the big picture. And that was such great advice. And I try to follow it whenever I can. So thank you so much for being such an inspiration.
I think you're talking about somebody else.
So she walked to Santa Fe to get money out of politics, and she walked in the Soviet Union. And while she was walking in the Soviet Union, she met a man walking with her from Turkmenistan, and found out that Ashgabat, right, the capital, was kind of like Albuquerque, and so they formed a sister city relationship. And she went to Turkmenistan 29 times.
Oh my God.
And of all the men and women and children and everybody in Albuquerque, she's my best friend.
And your name?
It's I'm the Ravi that was mentioned earlier. Ravi Wadwani. I came to Albuquerque and right away started looking for military families speak out. couldn't find one here, and so I found Veterans for Peace. And Charles Powell, our president, who isn't here today, he's traveling, and Sally-Alice welcomed me to the group, and I've been with them since.
All right.
Hello.
I'd like to add a little something about the Turkmenistan trip. She met a couple there, and the man was being persecuted by the government. He's a nuclear physicist, and she sponsored them to come to the United States, and now the wife, she owns the New Mexico School of Music.
And your name?
Lorna Clark.
Okay.
I'm Patrick McCann, was past president before Barry, and I had the pleasure of being in Asheville, North Carolina, and went at our convention there. Cynthia McKinney was speaking, and I went over to the Albuquerque table, and she passes me a piece of paper, which I thought was a menu, and it was a $250,000 pledge for Veterans for Peace, which we received a month ago. And so, of course, I'm kneeling down and give her the next 45 minutes, and she says, did you know my husband, Don? And I said, no, why don't you tell me about him? And she said, well, I was his second love. She said, Veterans for Peace was his first love. I said, yeah, I'm kind of like that too, right? But, so I'd just like to end with asking people to raise your hand if you have read Green-Eyed Women.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's her.
The rest of you need to read it. It's an awesome book. She is also an author. It's an awesome book. Thanks to Doug Zachary for sending me the book.
Green-eyed woman.
Ready to eat, everyone. Sally, obviously, you've been an inspiration to everybody in this community, to Veterans for Peace, and you will continue to be an inspiration. Both you and your husband, the work you've done will inspire us forever, and we will always keep you in our memories, and we expect to see you around for a long, long time, and see you in Chicago this year.
Okay, I won't need a memorial service. This is better than a memorial.
Yeah, that's good. So anyway,
Until I die.
well, yeah, we knew you would like it here tonight. People were worried about that, but I said, once she gets here, she's gonna love everybody, seeing everybody and hearing that.
I appreciate
Yeah,
everybody's good wishes.
yeah, that's really wonderful that everybody showed up, and thank you all for doing
Let
that.
her speak.
Yeah, would you like to say anything more than what you've said? Any other thing? Yeah.
I'm so happy that there are so many really good, loving people like you, like all of you, like all of us.
Thank you,
very
sir.
much. And later on, after we eat, you're gonna sing some songs for us, I think, right? At least I heard that rumor.
If you want me to.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Oh, sure. Oh.